afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Charlotte is back after a few days off. And Susan continues to take care of her folks down in South Carolina.
Yep. Well, happy mid-July, basically, right?
I know. The year is more than half over.
I know. It's kind of sad, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Everything's
all right.
okay.
Yes.
Topping our headlines today, how did the wildfire yesterday start, and could it happen near you? Kyle Pozorski reports on that.
Lawmakers grilled the PGA about its planned merger with Saudi-backed Live Golf. I'm Natalie Brand with why PGA executives say the game faced an existential threat.
And a local milk brand is stepping up to help Wisconsin families in need.
Let's take a look outside on this Tuesday. What are we zooming in on? Some birds, I think.
Yep, I
Dennis?
think that's going to be
Egrets, according to... This is Dunsmarsh.
Okay, nice.
Yes. They seem happy.
Yep.
Some beneficial rain for some.
Oh, no. There's the asterisk,
Craig's
right?
in the backyard.
Some rain chances coming in. We just had some last night, but not a lot of rain. But overall, the front is pushed to the south. So temperatures right now are in the low 80s for most of the area. We've actually cooled down with that north wind behind it. Cloud cover, just a few clouds out there, mainly to the north. We've seen a little bit of cumulus pop up, but overall, just that hazy sky with that smoke out there. And you can kind of see in the visible satellite that front did drag some smoke into the area. Out to the west, that is where some showers and thunderstorms are also forming. That will impact us a little bit later. And then you can see some cloud cover towards Chicago because they also have some thunderstorms associated with the front that is kind of stalled in that area. And there's your precipitation out to the west, which really won't make it to our area much. Maybe a few showers of that later tonight, but the more action is going to be expected after midnight. Overall, that's your precipitation last night. Not much in the way of rainfall, just maybe a couple hundredths at the airport. Otherwise, most of it stayed to the north, like we kind of thought it would kind of break up. There's your dew points. It has cooled off a little bit. There's your really soupy air to the south along that front where you have upper 60s near 70. We'll get some of that being pulled northward overnight to help us with the showers and thunderstorms, but no issues to speak of with this evening going back down to the upper 60s. Looks overall nice, mild, hazy conditions with the smoke, but overall no precipitation expected until later. That's your lows tonight, mid-60s. Later on in the forecast, we'll break down all those rounds of showers and thunderstorms, several of them through the end of the week. Dry weekend maybe, and then hot possibly by the middle of next week. All that a bit later in the broadcast.
Several chances of rain. We like that. All right, Craig, thank you. A wildfire that burned hundreds of acres in central Wisconsin injured 8 firefighters yesterday.
One firefighter was taken to the hospital for treatment and released. 7 officers were treated at the scene before returning to work. The DNR said the pallet fire, which broke out Monday afternoon along State Highway 21 east of Coloma in Waushara County, is still 99% contained after crews worked the containment line overnight.
Kyle Pozorski is live in Waushara County with an update. Kyle?
Well, officials from the DNR today told us that the fire was started by a person burning debris. That debris burning actually happened before Monday, officials say, but the burn pile reignited yesterday. An incident commander said that dry conditions and strong winds of close to 20 miles an hour were the reason for why the fire spread so quickly, starting with a few dozen acres and growing to 800 in just a couple of hours last night.
Without that wind driving that, the wind driving is what made it hard to contain, and today's lower winds are what's going to help us keep this fire checked up and hopefully get it contained.
Estimates for the fire size varied yesterday. You may have seen 800 and you may have seen 400. They say today that's because those estimates based on infrared and satellite technology and was difficult to map precisely until today. In total, 3 homes and 17 different structures like sheds and barns were lost in the fire. Coming up at 5, I'll have details on who is responsible and who could be liable for the fire. Reporting in Coloma, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. Today, the Department of Natural Resources said the small wildfire at Devil's Lake State Park on Monday was caused by fireworks. The Devil's Rail fire burned roughly 3/4 of an acre of land on a steep slope in the park. Firefighters were quickly able to put out the fire before it spread. The DNR said Sauk County is under a high fire danger risk due to warm, dry conditions.
A Fort Atkinson woman who was injured last week in a motorcycle crash in New Glarus died yesterday. Officials said the 60-year-old woman was driving a motorcycle when it collided with another motorcycle that was turning into the driveway of New Glarus Brewing Company along State Highway 69 last Saturday south of the village of New Glarus. The woman was taken to UW Hospital in Madison for treatment. Her name is expected to be released later this week. Officials said this is the third fatal crash on Greene County roads this year.
In Iowa County Sheriff's Office and Dodgeville Police are investigating after 2 men were found dead in Dodgeville on Saturday. Officers and paramedics were sent to a home on Jamie Street on Saturday just after 6:40 a.m. where they found a 29-year-old man dead. At around 3:50 p.m. Saturday, officers and paramedics were called to the American Hotel in the town of Dodgeville, where a 33-year-old man was found dead as well. Iowa County Sheriff's officials said toxicology reports for both men are pending. There is no danger to the public in connection with the deaths. The officials could not say if the 2 deaths were connected.
The developer behind a project to build a 12-story downtown building in downtown Madison says Kevin Carey, the developer behind the project, said the goal of the new building is to provide smaller scale housing for students. Carey added that a driving factor behind the proposal is increasing housing density in an area that's seen rising demand and, until recently, a lack of development to keep pace.
And so the idea was, let's just do a nice high-end boutique kind of property in a great location. I mean, this is, we feel this is as good a location as there is.
Construction would begin in the spring of next year and wrap up in 2025. An informal presentation on the project is set to be given to the city's Urban Design Commission on Wednesday.
Lawmakers are accusing the Saudi Arabian government of sports washing its human rights abuses with large investments in popular sports, including a planned merger between the Saudi-backed Live Golf and the PGA.
Golf executives were called before Congress today to testify about the deal. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Today's hearing is about much more than the game of golf.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal came out swinging against PGA executives, grilling them over why the tour suddenly reversed course on its opposition to Live Golf, moving to merge with the Saudi-backed league instead.
It's a regime that has reportedly killed journalists, jailed and tortured dissidents, fostered the war in Yemen, and supported other terrorist activities, including the 9/11 attack.
Blumenthal accused the Saudi government of using money and sports to try and clean up its public image.
What is the amount of the Saudi investment that is going to be made?
There's been discussions. It would be a significant amount.
What are the amounts that have been discussed?
North of $1 billion.
PGA executives testified the sport faced an existential threat in its previous standoff with Live.
If it all continued, expensive legal fights, every day wondering which player was going to leave next, a fan base tired of hearing about it, sponsors nervous, golf as we know it would be damaged forever.
Some families of 9/11 victims attended the hearing. They've said they're shocked and offended by the planned merger.
If any person had the remotest connection to an attack on our country and the murder of my friends, I am the last guy that would be sitting at a table with them.
The PGA has committed to meeting with 9/11 families, and executives say the merger is not a done deal. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Senator Blumenthal suggested the Department of Justice may move to block the merger on antitrust grounds if and when the PGA Live merger goes through.
Kemp's Milk donated 46,000 shelf-stable cartons of milk to Second Harvest this afternoon. The Giving Cow packs not only come in a cute cow design package, but the best part is that these single-serve 8-ounce packs of ultra-high temperature pasteurized milk have a shelf life of up to 12 months, while typically fresh milk has a shelf life of only 20 days. This is particularly nice because milk is one of the most requested yet least donated items at food pantries, as too often the facilities lack sufficient cold storage.
This couldn't have come at a better time. Things are tough right now for families, and milk is something that is in high demand, and this is just a really, really valuable and important donation for us to receive.
Kemps was able to make this donation in partnership with Pick and Save and Metro Markets.
Well, these adorable puppies in California, well, they're in need of a forever home. Oh, Mark, come on. A Fresno County Sheriff's deputy went above the call of duty Sunday night when he rescued the 3 pups from the side of the road. He says he loaded them in the back seat of his patrol vehicle and took them to Fresno County Animal Services.
These puppies need a good home, good families to be around, someone to take care of them and love them, because those are some very lovable puppies. I mean, even wrangling them into the car, they were just at first a little shy, and then once you showed a little compassion, they're all over you, jumping up and down. It was great.
Oh my gosh. Workers at the shelter say the puppies appear to be a shepherd mix and about 10 weeks old.
Look at those faces.
Oh, adorable.
They'll go quickly.
Oh, definitely.
Still to come at 4. Come on in, the water's fine.
If you like 97-degree ocean water, that is, well, that's happening in Florida right now. We're going to take a dip into this story when Live at 4 continues.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
McGann Furniture Downtown Baraboo invites you to come in for their huge Summer Sizzler Sale. It's our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time only, take advantage of sizzling hot markdowns throughout the store. All furniture, bedding, flooring, dining room sets, and accessories marked down with the lowest prices of the year. Plus, get free delivery. Hurry in today. The huge store-wide Summer Sizzler Sale at McGann Furniture ends July 22nd. You'll be glad you did. Since 1905, McGann Furniture, Downtown Baraboo.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans. I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Rider chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Brothers JJ and TJ Watt have snagged a coveted honor in sports history.
They are being featured on the front of the Wheaties cereal box.
Good for them.
They are the first brothers ever to appear on the box together. Derek is there too. He's just on the back. I guess that's what it's like to be a fullback. I'm just guessing. J.J. Watt is a three-time AP Defensive Player of the Year. His 12-year career came to an end when he retired last season. His brother T.J. is a linebacker with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're also the first pair of athletes since 1935 to grace the box at the same time.
Well, scorching hot temperatures in Florida have people flocking to the beaches to cool off, but they're not finding much relief. That's because ocean temperatures are rising. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, reports the water temperature at one of its buoys near Key Largo reached close to 97 degrees Monday night. That's little relief when the air temperature is about the same.
I feel as if the water was pretty cold all the time. Like even in the summer on like some of the hottest days, you still would step into the ocean and feel like, whew, and get that it's pretty cold, but now it feels kind of like a heated pool.
Meteorologists say the ocean temperature is about 4 to 5 degrees warmer than normal across the Gulf of Mexico and Southwest Atlantic, so people don't really feel cooler when they step into the surf, only wetter. Beachgoers say they're finding colder water the farther from shore they go. Some also reported large numbers of jellyfish in the warm, shallow water, preventing them from even going into the sea.
Heat kills more Americans than any other weather-related disaster. National Weather Service data found heat deaths have outpaced hurricane deaths in the U.S. by more than 8-to-1 over the past decade. Now the Biden administration says they will take new actions to officially warn people about heat-related dangers. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration will use $5 million of federal money to create 2 new virtual research centers. Those will help underserved communities around the U.S. better understand and prepare for extreme heat.
Well, Bank of America is accused of double dipping on fees, withholding credit card rewards, and opening fake accounts. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau ordered the company to pay more than $100 million to customers and $90 million in penalties. Another regulatory body also ordered Bank of America to pay $60 million in fines. Some of the allegations are reminiscent of the Wells Fargo scandal that involved millions of bank accounts being opened without customer authorization. Microsoft could finalize a deal with a video game giant Activision Blizzard in the next few days.
A federal judge's ruling paves the way for the $69 billion deal. It comes just ahead of the July 18th contractual deadline. The Federal Trade Commission is challenging the deal and had requested an injunction. It argues Microsoft could withhold popular titles like Call of Duty from rival platforms like Sony PlayStation. A district court judge in Northern California says the government has not shown that outcome is likely. It's unclear if the FTC will continue its in-house challenge given the ruling.
Stocks rose as inflation rates expected to cool even further. The Dow Industrials gained 317 points, closing at 34,261. The NASDAQ added 75 points, and the S&P 500 was up 29. Well, recently, the U.S. Surgeon General issued an advisory calling attention to the public health crisis of loneliness, isolation, and lack of connection in our country.
Even before the onset of COVID, approximately half of adults in the U.S. reported experiencing measurable levels of loneliness.
There are things you can do to combat loneliness, and UW distinguished psychologist Dr. Shyla Mergain is with us again. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. And this was the very first interview on this topic I did with you several years ago.
Really?
No kidding.
And we're back talking about it.
So how bad is the problem?
Well, we're finding that after the pandemic, even more people are feeling that sense of lack of connection, social isolation, and loneliness. And there are impacts to both physical and mental health as well as societal health.
Can you talk about those impacts and then how do we come out of this loneliness state?
Absolutely. So physically, we find that loneliness is comparable to smoking in terms of premature death. We find that people who are socially isolated, who lack social connection, have an increased risk, like 30% increased risk of heart disease and stroke, and a 50% increased risk of dementia. Mental health, we already know many people are struggling mental health-wise, but if you're lonely and lack social connection, we have increased twice as likely to experience depression and an increased risk for anxiety and depression currently, but also significantly into the future.
You just can't say go outside and go to the library or something, meet some people. It doesn't work that way.
Well, that is a great idea. You know, if we think about the remedy, connection heals. We find injured animals that have social connection do better. They heal faster. We also find that animals that are stressed, if they are surrounded by familiar companions, they don't experience that stress as much. So I think there are 3 things people can do. Love your first idea. Just get out and talk to people. When we interact with others, we experience a micro boost in mood. Just that chit chat. In Holland, they actually have a slow line at the checkout line in the grocery store, just so people can chit chat and linger. And we've kind of lost that.
Can you imagine if we had that here? Wow.
Right. So, you know, make the time to make eye contact, say hello to a stranger. It might make their day, but you're going to experience that boost. So, you know, get out. Number 2, contact old friends. And when you do that, ask meaningful questions. There's a protocol, the Fast Friends Protocol, out of Stony Brook University out of New York. And you can see that protocol, and they find just 45 minutes of asking these questions, strangers felt connected. They became fast friends. So look at a few of those questions and reach out to old friends you haven't seen. I had 2 friends contact me recently I haven't seen since the pandemic. I'm excited to see them. So reach out, or even with those friends you know. Try one of those questions. And then lastly, try something new where you can meet somebody. Like, you have interests, hobbies, you can volunteer where you know like-minded people will be there, and try not to be shy. Just reach out and engage with somebody. Join
a gym?
That's a great way to do it. You get those endorphins, but also find that you know, you might just find a friend there.
Like-minded individuals.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, that sounds great. Now, we just have to come out of our shells. Really, you know, there's some people out there who are just too shy, but it's like baby steps.
Right, and you know, there are people who are introverted that prefer being on their own, but you know, even if you can't meet face to face, even a phone call or a text, you know, again, even if it's one person where we feel seen and heard and understood, there's healing benefit. It increases that sense of productivity and sense of well-being when we feel that connection.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Great advice as always. Thank you. Still to come at 4, the backlash against Bud Light beer continues.
And Nashville is taking center stage in this controversy. We'll have more on all this after Greg's First Warn forecast.
It's easy to get lost in investment research. Introducing JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David.
Connect with an advisor to create your personalized plan.
Let's find the right investments for your goals.
Okay, great.
JP Morgan Wealth Management.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Get 40% off new windows during Champion's 70th anniversary sale. Plus, pay nothing for 18 months. And don't miss your chance to win our $70,000 home makeover. Enter online today. Call or schedule your free estimate online 24/7 at getchampionwindows.com.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Madison Magazine Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more starting July 23rd through the 28th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine Summer Restaurant Week 2023. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, Bergstrom Cadillac and Chevrolet. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
Well, take a look at this. To protect and to serve. An Ohio State trooper helped usher a gaggle of geese off the median of a busy highway in Stark County after the birds stopped traffic. Body cam footage shared by the Ohio State Highway Patrol shows the trooper guiding the geese across 3 lanes of Interstate 77. The trooper can be heard yelling, "Go, go that way," as he shoos the geese to safety. Those geese, as bad as the turkeys around here.
Oh my God, right, yeah. They're all over now.
Yeah, I had turkeys in the backyard this morning.
Lovely.
Looking for water, I think.
Yeah, they'll
We're all
hopefully
looking
find
for
some
water.
of it, you know. I think we got a whopping 300s at the airport last night.
Yeah,
so
my
nothing
deck
with the ground.
was damp. That was
So we got more rain tonight. I think you're definitely going to see some, even some more heavier amounts, probably towards the state line. I'll break down the timing after the break.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison. Let us prove to you that quality and comfort are affordable with a house full of windows starting at $4,800. For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future, and it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph. Take a trip to Paoli with Madison Magazine. See how this small community is using the best parts of its farming past to build a bright future. And watch the skyline as Madison leans into an epic growth spurt. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, tonight really is the best chance for probably widespread rainfall across most of the area, especially towards Illinois state line or even further south. So that's the one that we're looking at tonight. There's other opportunities Wednesday night into Thursday, even late Thursday into Friday too. This time of year, a lot more precipitation comes late night into early morning hours, really, with the time frame. Temperature-wise for the next 7 days, we're going to have really cool tomorrow at 70s, but then the rest of the weekend through early next week should be low to mid 80s, pretty close to where we should be. There are still signs pointing to maybe by mid next week we'll get back close to 90. Could be hot and humid. We'll have to wait and see on that. But here's the 7-day rainfall. A lot of this is all the way through Friday. Beyond that, not much to be expected. But you can see we're starting to see 1-inch marks around the state line, up and down, maybe 50 miles either side of that. That's where we're going to see more. So the rainfall, it does taper off fairly quickly as you go north of the Dalles to less than a quarter. So as we zoom out, you can kind of see where the heavier, even heavier amounts are further to the south. So this whole area, that's what we're watching for the rainfall. Severe weather, that's the good news. We're not going to be expecting anything tonight with this. All that action should be down into Iowa. And then as it pushes northeast, it'll just be rainfall. So we're not expecting that. Tomorrow, it does lift a little bit, marginal risk up to the area, but still the bulk of the severe weather will be staying to the south. We're just going to deal with some heavy rain potential. In fact, there is a slight risk even for some flash flooding as we go in through tomorrow. As you can see right there, southeast Wisconsin, northeast Illinois with that activity that we're going to see tonight, and I'll show you that in a little bit. That where we could actually see some heavier rain amounts, something to keep an eye on in that area. Like I said, they already had some flooding before in Chicago. What we see tonight, we're not going to see much going on this evening. Really, we'll see increasing clouds, a few showers up to the north, but nothing to be expected really probably till after midnight. Temperatures will lower back into the upper 60s. Here's that activity that's kind of in the Dakotas that comes across. A few showers remaining of it, but then it's really once we start seeing stuff develop further into Iowa's, that's what's going to be spreading across the area. And it's really after about 3 a.m. where we see a lot of showers, thunderstorms. You can see some of the red, that's more heavier rainfall come across. And then really around morning commute, quite a widespread area of showers, thunderstorms, and the heaviest rainfall seems to be centered just along the state line. And that's where we'll have to watch for some rain amounts if you could get some or some type of flash flooding. Should be still minimum, but still something to keep an eye on tomorrow's morning's commute. The good news is once we get to the noon hour, most of it pushes east. We should kind of dry out a bit. Cloud cover will keep those temperatures probably low 70s, so it'll be a kind of cool day. And then as we go through Wednesday night or evening, we'll start seeing more showers and thunderstorms developing out to the west. That's the next line that comes through here. Really is going to be late evening, overnight hours once again with rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Not as widespread as we saw Wednesday night into Thursday, but definitely, tonight into Wednesday morning. But we're going to see another round come through. That should end about Thursday morning. We'll actually see drying conditions for Thursday, and then probably another round come Thursday night into Friday. So several rounds, the potential to see this heavy rainfall. We'll just have to see if everyone gets it. But that's the positive news on this, that I think everyone will see something. And we even have chances going through Friday. The weekend looks fairly dry, but there's still opportunities for off and on rain. The temperatures get back to the mid-80s. And then for next week, looks fairly dry, but there are still signs that we are going to start heating up a little bit. And if we do get a lot of rain, that means the dew points will have a better chance of maybe next week getting a little bit more humid. We just have to get it green out there, and then things will change. But overall, I think it looks good for rain. If you're closer to the state line, you could pick up quite a bit depending on how things track out. So not enough to kill the drought, but definitely will help.
Looking into your Magic 8-Ball, concerts on the square tomorrow night.
Boy.
I know, it's a hard one.
Pass that to Gary. He can.
Okay.
I'll leave it on him. But I think morning hours are better for rain, but it may linger in the early afternoons. It's just we'll have to wait and see in the morning how things pan out. But it's definitely going to be wet in the morning.
Well, we need that.
We need the rain more than, but you know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The Bud Light boycott has tanked sales by more than 28% over the last 4 weeks.
The beer brand's partnership with a transgender influencer has sparked a culture war, one that can be felt in Nashville, where the company is facing backlash from both sides.
Ryan Young has more.
A culture war is brewing over Bud Light, dividing beer drinkers as much as the country is itself.
Unlike anything I'd ever seen.
I don't give a if you drink Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light, it doesn't matter.
If you don't like what somebody's selling, just don't go there. Stop being butthurt about everything that goes on in the world.
I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood.
The brouhaha stems from Bud Light's short-lived partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney.
Love ya!
The fury from the right, enough to dethrone Bud Light as the best-selling beer in America for the first time in 2 decades. The controversy has taken center stage in Nashville, where 2 of country music's biggest stars, Garth Brooks and Kid Rock, have bars just steps away from each other on Broadway.
What's fascinating to me is that right here on Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee, the culture wars have come down to two big personalities in this town. It illustrates the way the whole country is responding to the transgender acceptance.
Garth Brooks says he plans to carry the beer at his yet-to-open bar.
I'm a bar owner now. Are we going to have the most popular beers in the thing? Yes. I get it. Everybody's got their opinions. But inclusiveness is always going to be me.
A block down Broadway, Kid Rock made his feelings known when he posted this video shooting up cases of Bud Light. Despite the online bravado and talk of a boycott, Bud Light was available when CNN stopped in recently. It is not clear if the ban had been lifted or if there ever had been one to begin with. Nashville marketing executive Bill Fletcher says the whole country seems to be engaging in the same heated conversation.
With Kid Rock, you have this dark, angry, finger-pointing, shooting a gun at a Bud Light can. And Garth Brooks is hey, I love everybody, and openness and acceptance. And I think it's what you've seen in the country, going back to African Americans, to gay people. Well, now it's transgender.
Here on Broadway, where fans from all around the world come to maybe listen to some music and drink some beer, this Bud Light controversy has left a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths.
It's quite simple. People just don't want it shoved down their throat.
No Bud Light, because it's like, I have grandchildren. We don't need to put that in the young kids' heads.
In Chicago, at Two Bears Tavern, a bar that caters to mostly gay patrons, they also feel strongly about not serving Bud Light anymore. But for the opposite reason. They believe the brand left Dylan Mulvaney alone on an island to face a mountain of hate.
To be a true ally means that you don't push us behind the scenes and say, well, I'm going to give you some money, but I really don't want you to be front and center or public.
But in some Nashville bars, the backlash against Bud Light was hardly felt.
We had one guy who said, I refuse to drink that anymore. One guy. And everybody else in the bar kind of rolled their eyes at him.
And there were plenty of bar hoppers on Broadway who were simply ready to move on.
Let's move on and hell, let's party. We're in Nashville, damn it.
Are you not bothered at all by this Bud Light controversy? You're like, ah?
No, not at all. I don't give a what they do.
Well, she's wearing a Bud Light hat.
I wasn't expecting that. It was like Oprah. I saw it with all of you guys for the first time.
It's just beer, folks. Got to have somebody to hate, right?
Yeah, just make your choices wisely. So.
Coming up next year on Live at 4, an uninvited avian visitor.
And then at 5, the Madison Public Library hosted a block party today. Stay tuned to watch what happened.
At Bergstrom Automotive, you can say yes to the vehicle of your dreams without hidden fees waiting to devour you. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom, for the yes.
Does our foam insulation work? Listen to this.
Power in the neighborhood was out for 2 days in 95-degree weather. My thermostat only went up 3 degrees, and that's even with letting the dog in and out. It was very comfortable here.
And her savings were more than the insulation costs.
If you want to save money on your power bills, get USA Insulation. It makes a huge difference.
USA Insulation.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that feels up to 10 degrees cooler, allowing for a better night's sleep. Right now, save $500 on the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress. Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are just $74 per month when using Steinhafels 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes.
Hundreds of acres have been burned in rural Waushara County. Tonight, details on how the community is coming together to support the firefighters. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
There'll be some rain chances off and on through the weekend. Cloud cover will hold down temperatures tomorrow, but we should be warm again Thursday and beyond, and hot by the end of next week. At 5, I'll let you know when the best chances for rain will be.
And ahead at 6, a political expert reveals the strategic reason behind Ron DeSantis campaigning in Wisconsin, why it could be a crucial move for his presidential campaign. That's tonight at 6.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in New York City. 86 degrees, a little hazy there as well. Well, a young woman recently got the shock of a lifetime while peacefully strumming on her guitar at home.
It was a hawk sneaking up on her and her dog and making for a chaotic moment that turned into a viral video.
Jeannie Mose reports.
Watch this video like a hawk, because the hawk on the railing is going to sneak up behind Nikki Kundanmal.
Kiss me.
She may be contemplating giving up guitar, but the hawk is contemplating dropping in for a snack.
Kiss me.
Nikki may be blissfully unaware, but her feisty little dog Cushy started going nuts.
Kush, hey. Hey, no barking.
To warn her about the hawk.
Cushy, quiet.
Nikki notes she yells out for her roommate who moved out months ago as her energy drink spills onto her laptop, but the energy in the room only intensifies. The hawk screeching, the bowl flying, and then silence reigned. The bird flew the coop. Commenters called this little TikTok video a cinematic masterpiece. Okay, maybe it wasn't Hitchcock's The Birds, but it left viewers in suspense. Did your laptop survive? Nikki declined to do an interview, telling CNN, "I've been very overwhelmed, but everything is good here." After all, the hawk didn't get tangled in Nikki's hair like this woodpecker did.
Why is that thing on your head?
Brittany Bronson's brother had to untangle its feet, and the hawk didn't mimic this parrot.
One just landed on the umpire.
But it sure made a hero out of little Cushy, who got off his tushy to defend Mom. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Can you imagine the neighbors? What is going on?
I'm imagining the news hounds doing something like that.
I could see
grabbing them.
I could see Louie going after her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
That was great.
Still to come at 4, encouraging news for early-stage Alzheimer's patients.
This is really great. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff has more on this breakthrough when Live at 4 continues.
Your foundation doesn't improve the appearance of under-eye puffiness. Your concealer doesn't make fine lines disappear. Even worse, they can make those imperfections more noticeable. Introducing Tint and Tighten, a new must-have lightweight tinted cream that is sure to find its place in your makeup routine. Tint and Tighten is the only tinted cream that creates a temporary tightening layer on the surface of the skin, which works to instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye puffiness.
It's a very time-consuming thing to put foundation on and do your eyes and your lips, and I'd much rather just have a product that I can put on my face that makes me feel good. The thing I love about Tint and Tighten is the refreshed feeling my skin has. It's not heavy, it's not greasy, my wrinkles are gone, especially around my eyes. My skin feels smooth, I feel youthful.
Compared to Tint and Tighten, there was another product that I was trying, and one of the things that was a problem is leaving residue in the area underneath the eyes where your concealer would go. So I found that was a challenge, but using this particular product, I realized it's not leaving a residue.
Tint and Tighten works to smooth out wrinkles and under-eye puffiness in just 10 minutes, while covering and concealing dark circles, age spots, and uneven skin tone, making you look and feel years younger.
Right around this area, I have fine lines, which a lot of people obviously deal with as they age. And then also in this area, I had very dark circles. They were little, just puffed out a little bit, and that without any makeup is almost eliminated.
What's even better is that these remarkable results last for up to 8 hours without needles or injections. Want to look your best for that upcoming event, date night, or job interview? Maybe you simply want to feel younger and more confident with your appearance. Then add Tint and Tighten to your makeup routine and bring youthfulness back to your life. Try it this summer for up to 50% off and free shipping. Visit tntcream.com or call the number on your screen.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Unlike yesterday, we don't have too many incidents going on in the Beltline right now. Just we had a crash earlier by Gammon Road, the ramp there, but that was the right shoulder blocked. But so far, that hasn't caused too many issues to speak of. To the south of Verona, nothing to speak of too besides the construction. You go to Mount Horeb, everything is looking good. Up to the north, no speaking of issues. Going up to the Dells and to Janesville too, we're all looking good also too there. I forgot to mention last weather about the smoke, the haze that we still got in there. Actually, we're going to see more improvement on it as we go through tomorrow. But really, I don't think we're going to see a total improvement because we got more coming down from the north. The good news with this smoke, it's not surface based, it's all loft. So we shouldn't see any visibility or any air quality issues, but you will see that haze come back and forth with this flow, with the fire still going on in Western Canada, guys.
All right, they got to stop smoking in Canada. Thanks, Greg. For people with sensitive skin or conditions like eczema or psoriasis, the heat and humidity can worsen symptoms.
Health experts say some clothes and fabrics may actually irritate skin further. If the summer sun is causing skin to flare up, your wardrobe might need a change-up. Dr. Kara Wada with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says in the heat and humidity of summer, skin can actually become irritated by sweat, causing it to become inflamed. Wada says to avoid synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, and spandex, which may trap in heat and sweat.
Burger King in Thailand is introducing a new item. It's called the Real Cheeseburger. It's a burger with no meat. Instead, the bun is filled with 20 slices of American cheese. It costs $11. In Thailand, cheese is especially popular among young people.
Here we call it grilled cheese.
Not a healthy choice.
No. All right, so we have some good news for people suffering from early stage Alzheimer's.
The FDA has approved a new drug to help slow the disease. Here to tell us more about it is UW's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff. Good to see you again.
Hey, guys.
One of those cheeseburgers?
I mean, boy.
No. Okay, so what is this drug we're talking about?
Yeah, so we're talking about lecanemab, and this is a monoclonal antibody, which means this is a medication that when you get it, it trains your immune system to attack the protein that we know leads to Alzheimer's. And this isn't the first medication that has been kind of under research's eye to do this, but the previous ones didn't actually show a decrease in cognitive decline. This medication is showing about a 27% decrease in the decline of Alzheimer's in folks who get this infusion.
So is it available right now?
So it's FDA approved and not available right now. It'll probably be available soon. It'll probably be covered by Medicare, which is important because it's expensive, about $26,000 per year. But now I think there's this idea that maybe this is like, a home run for the treatment of Alzheimer's. And it's great in the sense that we haven't had something that's slowed the progression of Alzheimer's before. But this medication comes with a good number of side effects. About 20% of people will have headaches, brain swelling, sometimes brain bleeding. There's a lot of work that goes into knowing how much plaque you have in your brain before you can get it, so CT scans, and it's an infusion, which means you have to go to an infusion center every other week to get the medication, and then you have to be monitored very closely because of these side effects. So I don't think this will be the cornucopia, like a cure for Alzheimer's. It certainly doesn't stop the disease, but it's interesting. Some people will benefit from it. I think for providers, the most interesting thing is that if this decline by 27%, maybe that's not so perceptible, but maybe now we have a pathway where in the future we have a medicine that decline by 50%, 75%. That would be really impactful.
So who's a good candidate for this drug at this point?
Yeah, so I think you're looking for folks with relatively early onset Alzheimer's, where the risk-benefit profile is favorable. You know, the risk for bleeding, other side effects would be low, who lives in a place where they can get access to an infusion center so they can get this medication on every other week basis. Those might be folks that would benefit from it, but this will be a medication that, you know, people with Alzheimer's, family of loved ones that have Alzheimer's need to talk to their neurologist about, because it's not just an automatic go. It's a discussion about whether this is something that would be good for you or not.
But this would be an automatic go for a discussion if you were newly diagnosed for early, and be like, this could be an option in your arsenal.
I think for anyone who has Alzheimer's, this medication will now be part of the discussion of like, hey, this is what it does, this is what you can expect, these are the risks, and then a robust, you know, decision making around that, just because there are a lot of side effects, but does decrease progression by 27%.
Is there anything you can do earlier on before the symptoms start to prevent Alzheimer's?
You know, probably not. I think that would be awesome if we knew about a bunch of, you know, different risk factors that we could, you know, meaningfully impact it. I just don't think we're there yet. Some people are going to get Alzheimer's, and it's a bad disease because we don't have a lot that we can do to slow it at this point.
It's a terrible disease, but this baby step,
I think
it's some hope.
It's a really good step. Yep.
All right, Doctor. Okay. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. You bet.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World. Over the past 15 years, Window World has donated more than $15 million to St. Jude Children's Hospital. We've also supported the Veterans Airlift Command with 120 flights, transporting more than 150 combat wounded veterans. We have a strong belief in giving back and want to thank everyone who has chosen Window World for your home's renovation. When you go with Window World, you're doing a lot more than remodeling.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One, 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Hundreds of acres have been burned in rural Waushara County. Tonight, details on how the community is coming together to support the firefighters. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather. When severe weather is on the way, find out first with Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Trust our team to keep you informed before, during, and after. First Warn Weather, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms.
Most of the area should remain dry through midnight, but a few showers may impact some western areas. Most of the precipitation is going to be coming after midnight towards tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we'll get down to the mid-60s by tomorrow morning, and that's when a lot of the rainfall, especially for the morning commute, could be heavy sometimes towards the Illinois state line. Rain chances continue Wednesday with more rounds Wednesday night into Thursday and into Thursday night into Friday, and it will taper off and become more drier as we get towards the weekend. Overall, temperature-wise, tomorrow should be fairly cool. Low to mid-70s, so quite cold for the July timeframe, and then we're looking at low to mid-80s for the rest of the week. The weekend kind of looks dry, and then by the time we get to next week, we are signs of pointing to maybe seeing the 90s return by mid next week, you guys.
All right. Tomorrow on Live at 4, Emmy nominations are announced, and we will have the top nominees.
And Consumer Reports explains those tacked-on extra fees when you buy a new car and how you can avoid them, saving some money. That's tomorrow here on Live at 4.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Create the ultimate backyard getaway with the 11% off everything at Menards. We have the best selection of decking, blocks, grills, and outdoor furniture to transform your yard from ordinary to extraordinary. Save big money with our great garden center deals. It's the last call to pick up Bonnie plants. Right now, they're all on sale. Add a finishing touch to your landscaping with interlock edgers. Only 99 cents after rebate. And Anoka solar lights. Just $3.99 after 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
In today's Final Touch, the only thing that's for certain is uncertainty.
Case in point, a relaxing boat journey that started off normal. A Vermont couple's pleasure cruise did not go as planned after they discovered a pair of rascally raccoons stowed away on their boat. Steve and Shannon Lipkin made the furry find while in the middle of Lake Champlain, so they had no choice but to hang out with the hairy hitchhikers. The couple says overall, their surprise companions seemed to enjoy the ride, at one point leaning out of the boat, enjoying the wind in their fur. Once back on land, the stowaways jumped ship.
Well, thank goodness that they were well behaved.
Yes, that could be a different story there.
Right, it could be a completely different story.
Just enjoying a boat ride, little raccoons. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.